takes place, the camera starts taking pictures. But beforehand, I need to coordinate with Mike Howard. And John Studwell. Now, each one of these guys they're amazing. I mean, you know, they're a bunch of characters. They're all unique in their own way, like anybody is, but they're incredibly talented. I mean, you can give them a cinder block and some string, and they can make you a mall out of that. Basically, they're those kinds of guys. You know, you can give them basically nothing, and bam! Next thing you know, you got something that's just incredible. And they're very down to earth, very humble. Are kind of nice because generally, from what I've seen recently, what happens is the day of launch, you go out in the morning, you see the mobile service tower. We'll have video later on, hopefully, in this package for you. Roll back, and this is a huge building, about as tall as a football field, and it rolls back. The whole building moves the distance of a football field. Day of launch. And anyway, at that time, the good folks, you know how to launch lines, they take us out, we set up remote cameras, and we see the tower roll back, and then we break for a while, and then hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, I believe launch is currently slated to take place at 8:40 p.m. EST.
We're here at Space Launch Complex 37 at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida. Behind me, you'll see the United Launch Alliance Delta IV rocket. We're getting ready for the GPS IIF-5 launch, which is scheduled for this evening. ULA has an extremely busy manifest this year. We have 15 launches scheduled. 10 are actually here from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station and 5 from Vandenberg Air Force Base in California. We are also excited this year. We have 2 Delta II launches on the manifest, and we've had a couple years where we have not launched the Delta II rocket, as well as EFT-1, Exploration Flight Test, which is Orion's flight test, and that will be at this launch pad at a Delta IV Heavy.
Good morning. I'm Jason Meredith. I'm the Director of Business Development for ATK's Defense and Commercial Division, and excited here to be here this morning for the Delta IV launch this evening. ATK is an important part of the team. We're excited to be here and supporting ULA with the Delta IV launch this evening at about 8:30, and excited to see the boosters assist this rocket launching off the pad and supporting the launch of the GPS satellite into orbit tonight.
rocket heels. I got that, actually Jason helped me get that name because I wear the wrong shoes quite often, and I love heels, but I would forget to change them. So I was reminded today as we were coming out to the launch pad that I had to wear my tennis shoes, so I made sure and changed. But I'm okay with wearing tennis shoes when it comes to a launch. I think one of my best days at work is when we can do something of this magnitude, where we launch an incredible piece of equipment, in this case GPS, into orbit. Being around and being part of the industry where we are launching rockets, and whether it's astronauts or these critical satellites, it's just an honor and a very...
Attention on the complex sites. Your storage tank will be vented. Stand to 150.
This is going in the video. Insider outtakes is supposed to be behind the scenes. You don't get more behind the scenes than that.
Someone needed to tell him to be quiet. I'm talking here.
Last year, I believe it was, Trina was out here supporting a launch, and glad to be here, excited to be a part of the experience of seeing a rocket launch, and was so excited, so enamored with how successful the launch was that she was not quite as careful as she was leaving the base and ended up hitting one of the large gators as she was driving around. Had a little bit of an experience trying to get the gator back out from beneath the car.
It's just an honor to be part of the launch team and to do this within aerospace. And being at a launch, I don't think there's nothing more exciting to be standing and watch one of these incredible vehicles launch into the heavens. It's very, very inspiring. And our hope, honestly, as we keep going forward and the more that we can get the word out to the next generation, especially those in middle school, that this is the way to go. We need you to stay in STEM education and get these degrees and come help us become part of the team.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it for 15 years.
15
Yep.
years.
I've been with ATK for 8.
Well, who were you with before ATK?
It was a company called Space Dynamics Lab. They did sensor systems on these satellites. So I've gone from satellites to now the vehicles that lift them.